Hello and welcome to PDO File. I'm Jim Callister. This week we'll be looking at garden centres in the UK. First we'll be discussing, summarising and evaluating the current economic climate and identifying the main areas of market growth. We'll be doing this by applying pest analysis, then following up with applying Ansof's theory, and finally identifying potential customers and organisations that impact on the UK garden centre climate. Garden centres across the UK provide retail products ranging from your everyday plants to photo frames. The garden centres in the UK are commonly considered afternoon or morning trips to purchase additionals for the garden. Independent retailers. Across the past 5 years, this estimation has remained steady, with the exception to 2008, which seen a decreasing figure in the market. This was supposedly due to lower customer disposable income, therefore lowering customer confidence, so therefore no longer going on to buy more products. Helping with the garden centre's profits come long-term trend of increasing number of smaller gardens. This is due to extensions, new flats, apartments and smaller housing developments. Garden centre profits have remained relatively steady over the past few years, yet there's been an ongoing trend and a noticeable decline in hardy nursery stock and a slight increase in the purchase of seeding bulbs. This is thought to be the effect of the growing curiosity of customers experimenting with the grow your own range. The drop in the hardy nursery stock sector has boosted sales of bedding and other small, inexpensive ornamentals. This is thought to be a particularly cheap method of customers bringing their gardens with some colour and saving expense. A main area of market growth has seen the extension of cafes and restaurants onto garden centres. This makes the garden centre a day trip out for perhaps the elderly or big family day out. The cafes have proved very popular, bringing approximately 36 million customers per year, with an increase of 8% from the year 2008. The sector of the garden centre can see great profits in their retail side, as 40% of customers say they will go on to purchase goods from the garden centre itself. Garden centres have been making the addition of cafes and restaurants, which may be built on to the side of their existing structures. These cafes proved very popular, bringing in approximately 36 million customers per year, with an increase of 8% from the year 2008. This sector of garden centre can see great profits in their retail side, as 40% of customers say they'll go on to purchase goods from the garden centre itself. The addition of having a cafe or a restaurant studies from the HTA show that 1 in 4 people will choose their garden centre on the basis of whether it has refreshments, cafe, restaurant, etc. As the addition of cafes and restaurants has been such a success as an extension onto garden centres are now advertising for independent refreshments and catering businesses to join up to create a refreshment and give people their caffeine fix. Garden centres are apprehensive for their future as they have seen decline in major sectors within the industry such as the hardy nursery stock, yet there are promising signs from the grow your own range.
Hi there, I'm Ricky J. Johnson. Today I'm going to be talking to you about pest analysis in the garden centre industry across the UK. Hi, welcome back to the second part of PDO File. To start up a business successfully, it is very important that the area of work you're looking to progress into has been analysed correctly. Pest analysis is split into 4 sections: political, economical, social and technological. To start with, I'm going to talk about the political analysis. It is very important to abide by some certain laws and legal obligations surrounding this. These laws cover such aspects like environmental regulations, tax protection policies, and international trade regulations and restrictions. These sort of restrictions apply to the importation of plants and goods that come from Europe or other places. Employment laws also fall into this category, along with safety regulations and government organisation and attitude. Under the safety regulations, such points as COSH, working at heights, and other appropriate health and safety at work acts come into play. The next part I'm going to be talking about is the economic section of pest analysis. This contains such points as economic growth, which should be explored and analysed correctly, interest rates, one, and government spending, another, if applicable, of course. Unemployment policies, inflation rates, and consumer confidence is also put into place under the economic analysis. It is important to know what stage of your business is at in the business cycle. This is a big stage of the economic analysis. The next stage, and very important stage, is the social analysis. There are several points surrounding this part, from income distribution to the demographics surrounding the company. Population growth, age distribution, and how different lifestyle changes affect businesses are also factors that need to be analysed under this section. Incorporated into this sector comes in the attitudes from the workplace and education surrounding this. And also, all current fashion and hypes that are present at the time play a huge role in this. For example, around Christmas time, poinsettias are a big part of garden centre sales. Also, each season comes different plants, so the fashions and hypes amongst these seasons are crucial for the sales in garden centres. The last section of pest analysis I'd like to talk to you today about is the technological side. This covers all areas from the introduction to new inventions to how changes in the current technology can greatly improve sales across the garden centre. Two main points that fall into this category are how internet and mobile technology have revolutionised the current market sales. For example, as less disposable income is available, more people use the internet to search for cheaper products. Government research and spending can play a large part in garden centres, as money can be saved through government funding for such things as organic plants. Also, as well as mobile and internet technology, one of the biggest aspects of this is how the television influences people's purchasing habits. The sales in garden centres are huge, and people watch such programmes as Gardener's World to get influence and help from these products. This was a brief overlook at how pest analysis can be applied in the garden centres and how other similar organisations. I'd now like to hand you over to Trevor McDonald.
Hello, I'm Trevor McDonald, and today we're going to be talking about ANSOS matrix and how practicing this could boost sales and push the business further within the current economy. Firstly, what ANSOS is. Basically, ANSOS is an evaluation of a current company, the products that it sells, the products it could sell, the markets it's currently in, and the markets that it could go into. A company can get valuable information that can push sales, boost productivity, and therefore boost the business within the industry. This will therefore boost the economy which it's in. If all garden centres in the area or nationally would also do this, this would massively improve the economy and make it a more stable place at the moment. For example, if we quickly apply ANSOS matrix to a current garden centre, usually you would find the typical products that would be sold at the moment would be annuals, bedding plants, seasonal plants, basic trees, souvenirs, garden equipment, bulbs, hardy nursery stock, and also catering for those that contain cafeterias, restaurants, etc. Recent study shows that hardy nursery stock has been on a decline. However, by increasing this and pushing advertising of hardy nursery stock, sales could improve and therefore the economy. As trends change so quickly within horticulture, keeping up with this is the main priority and can be difficult for many garden centres and smaller growers. Also, for the general public, keeping up with trends can be quite hard as it changes so fast. And Source Matrix also gives information like this of what products are being sold, which gives an indication to the trend at the moment. New trends come out so frequently during horticulture, and for garden centres this is a massive opportunity. Being able to take advantage of these trends and selling the plants that are necessary at that specific time will increase sales dramatically and therefore push the business further within that industry. During the recession, grow your own has become a lot more popular trend, and garden centres should definitely take advantage of this, as it will definitely increase sales and productivity. During this recession, grow your own has become a massive trend, as being self-sufficient is huge. A lot of people cannot afford the big supermarket prices, so growing your own fruit and veg at a lot of cheaper costs is definitely the way forward. Garden centres could take advantage of this trend and sell more products relating to it, which would therefore increase sales and productivity and push the business further in the industry. Right, as it stands, the markets that garden centres are currently occupying tend to be the amateur gardeners and the older generation. There are other customers that use garden centres, however these are just the two main that are taken from studies for over the past few years. New markets that could be explored are such as landscapers, who tend to use nurseries for their plants, as bulk buys are usually cheaper and a lot more accessible from nurseries. However, if garden centres were to go into business with a nursery, for example, or even providing their own nursery on site, getting the trade of landscapers could succeed, would massively increase sales. Garden centres could move into the market of show gardens and conventions, such as Malvern and Chelsea. They could provide products for the actual gardens, or just set up stalls there providing products seen in the gardens there. They could also get in touch with designers and have a designer garden for them, such as B&Q at Chelsea 2010, and then sell the products at the show. This would increase sales again. It would also increase reputation and also provide a lot more customers. Hello, now we're talking about organisations that are related to garden centres. The first and foremost is the HSE. The HSE employ a legislation called the Health and Safety at Work Act 1974, which ensure employee safety whilst at the workplace. This is a strict guideline for employers to stick to keep employees safe. They also keep employees safe by qualifications in education, and certain roles within a garden centre, such as heavy lifting, will require manual handling training to prevent injury. Garden centres can also align themselves with other organisations such as the Tree Alliance. This will provide good press, as you are giving back to the environment. It will also please customers, as knowing that the company is working towards the environment getting better. and you'll get more money because customers are coming, because of it. Like Velvet do it all the time, and they just plant trees.
And the summary of what we've talked about, the economic view of horticulture and specifically garden centres is quite stable at the moment. There's lows in some parts of the trades and as high as in other parts of the industries. But in the near future should hold increased profits and productivity, and if we keep going the way we do, then it's a bright future. Thank you from me, I'm Trevor McDonald. Good night.
Stop.